Hello there everyone, and today we're back with a new review for Gundam. I bought this, I want to say not long ago, I want to say like 3 months ago. I don't know, I've been busy. Um, Today we are looking at the one size 144 scale high grade vidar. I'm trying to say the best I can because I looked up for how to say it correctly, and it's vidar, VIDAR. That best way I can say it. Now I know they did come out with a master grade recently for one. I didn't pick it up because first of that's still like $65, and I have everything to pick up, kind of ish. But I will pick it up one day, since I did pick up the Boruto's master grade version and high grade version. I may pick up that one too, and from what I do know, we are getting a Bartos Lupus, and that is also coming out somewhere. I want to say around later this year, which I'm excited for. Actually, I will pick it up too since I do have the original. Since I do have the high grade Bartos Lupus, so I'm excited when it comes out. And I think I paid $20. I could be wrong about the pricing. I bought it off of Amazon, so the packaging may be a bit off, so it might not stain off so well, or it won't be really staining that well. So we should take a look at that real quick, and let's see what accessories and what else it comes with. Yeah. Now I did do a lot more work on it to make sure it looks a little more accurate to what you're getting for, and I will say some parts are not the best looking one. I'm sure here. I will say the model itself does look pretty decent. You do need to paint inside of here, paint this part right here, paint under the arms actually, right here. Well, pet paint these parts back here, paint that part right here. Well, so there is some part you do need to do work on. I will say not that bad though. So technically, it is some slight work you do need work on. One thing I will say, I kind of understand that they couldn't do, which is not possible. The guns right here, right, or the same ones right here on the skirts. I understand that then basically since you're doing a high grade, like a smaller grade, you really can't do something that could be like they stick in. So that means you put in you put these in. Comparing it, yeah, it looked like he had the second pair. So I'm not really mad about that, but I can see. But I can see. But accessory wise, you get the two pistols, which I love them. A beam rifle would look pretty decent. I'm gonna probably put a probably gonna paint it, and I did work on it too. And you do get these two things have weapon storages. This you could put in any of the holes right here. So any one of them they could go in, they could go in. And the beam rifle, you could put right here or over here. It doesn't matter which way because it is ambidextrous either way. So that means you want to put it on the right side or left side, you can. And you can put it any way you want. As you can see right here, here. Then you can put it off kilter. There you go. But these parts do like to fall off them. These are get a little hollow, but I can understand why. And I'll be honest here, I try not to use them as much because they're a little fidgety and annoying. Now, the other accessory you get, and this is these skirts have their own problems. I'm probably not gonna touch them as much. Now, these other accessories you have are two hands like that, two hands that are closed again, but they're at an angle. So kind of like the Bartosum, where he has a hand that is this way, one hand like this. But do not forget when I did the packs, it came with hands for this specific model. And I will say, I did go with the darker blue. So it is way off, but I tried, okay? So that means you could do a open hand. which looked at it pretty good actually. So yeah, I'm yawning. I'm tired. And parts I do like to fall off. I still don't know why. Now, articulation wise, it is your standard high grade with this frame. So it is basically the double jointed arms, feet that go a double jointed like usual, and there is a lot of space to work in to make sure it is very detailed. You do get these little foot claws right here, which are pretty cool, and they actually fit in pretty snugly. They go on pretty well. And everything is just basically the same frame like the Barbatos and Barto Lupus and wherever it uses. But however, the top of my frame was a little too loose, which is kind of a problem. Even though it uses the same exact thing. The head is on a baud. It's on a socket and a ball joint too. But other than that, it's basically just the same inner frame. Size-wise, I will say comparing it, I have 4 things that are all different. So here's Leonardo. Here is the Bartos Lupus. Here is Soundwave from Dark of the Moon. And here at Treasure Cheetah. And I will say it looks pretty good actually, so. That's right, the money issues we had certain parts of it feels a little too loose and too wiggly, so I don't like that part. But I am working with it. Let's get to my final thoughts on this. Now, what do I think about the kit? I think it looks pretty good. Since it is an older kit, and I will say since it is an older kit, that's the problem. It's older, so that means some of the joints, especially right here, these parts like to pop off a little too easily, so I'm gonna put some sticky stuff on it. Because that is actually a problem. Certain parts of it are not the best, and they are so flawed, I don't think you trying to post it is gonna be fun. However, I will say it is not bad looking. I've seen worse kits out there, and I'm be honest here. I mean, what's it called? The new G-Quack? The QC, whatever that one. Even though those are newer kits that you can get, and I have seen them at my local Target that I do go to sometimes. I've seen them. They're not really interesting to me. They look cool. Don't get me wrong. They look cool, but the frame of it, not really for me. I kind of like these, even though it is technically not the best frame, and I'll be honest here. I did buy the Bartos, that has 4 legs. That one I did buy. That one will have issues. I will be right there. It will have problems. However, I'm gonna see how it really compares to everything else. But it's not the worst thing I have seen, and that's what the problem with it. I got my hand sick again. Well, whatever. I'm just getting sick anyways. Anyways, should you pick it up? If you can buy one, yeah. I will say pick it up. You really have the money for it, especially. It's not that expensive of kits. That's the issue. It's not that expensive, so you can buy it at a reasonable pricing and not worry about breaking your bank account, which is a good part. So, what do you think? Like and subscribe, join the Discord, and do X, Y, and Z. You know what to do already. I think it's my link tree. You know where I am and where I do on I search, right? You know this part already. I got maybe 2 more to film after this. So yeah. See y'all for next review.